Somebody better go call his mama. They better go get him real quick now. Ooh, yeah, somebody call his mama like right now. Call her now. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Boxing with TT. If you're new to the channel, how you doing? If you're coming back to the channel, how you doing? Okay. Before I begin, I want to say thank you to the viewers, the subscribers, the people who go on my Facebook page, people that go on my IG page. Thank you. I support you 100% the way that you support TT. 100%. Okay. So I hope you guys are having a good week so far. I hope you guys are enjoying your night. In Jersey, the weather is going up and down. I don't know if it want to be nice. I don't know if it want to be cold. I don't know if it want to be warm. Maybe you just don't know what it want to do, okay? And I'm not playing with it because Sis gets sick real easily. Sis gets season cold. So I ain't even about to play these games with the weather. And my baby ain't going to play with the weather neither, okay? So, well, again, welcome to Boxing with TT, and we're going to get into the smoke with John L Sullivan, okay, aka John Lawrence Sullivan. All right, now John Lawrence Sullivan was born October 18, 1858 in Boston, Massachusetts. His father is from Ireland, and so is his mother. And his father's name is Michael Sullivan. His mom name is Catherine Kelly, and he has two siblings. One of his siblings' name is Mike, and the other one name is Annie. I'm not sure if Mike is a junior or yeah, it would make sense. I mean, I don't know, but it seems like he is a junior, and they just called him Mike for sure. Okay, and it stated that when he was young, that Lord John was a little fighter. Okay, they said that he wasn't a neighborhood bully, so I don't know if he would fight in the schools or whatever the case may be, but he wasn't like a in-ring bully. In neighborhood bully. I think he was more of an outside bully. But somebody said that he wasn't a neighborhood bully, and somebody said that he was a bully. Okay, and it stated that he feared no one when it came down to the ring, but he just simply refused to fight Negroes. Okay, and he played various sports. Okay, it was to the point where he was so good that he went pre prima um that he almost went pro with the Red Sox, okay, in football in Cincinnati. But he turned it down, he rejected it, okay? And then it said that he has various jobs, and one is a tinsmith, a plumber, in a mansion, and it stated that in one of these jobs something got messed up, his money got messed up, and he broke the boss nose, and that was the end of that. And I guess that's when he decided to take it a little bit more, okay? And then but while he's working there, he still focuses on sports, okay? And he was a good fighter, but he did, he was able to learn more, but he never learned an actual boxing strategy. So I think he just went with how his body took him, okay? And it stated that he could take and he can also land punishment to his people that he fought. And once he learned that his KO was lit, once he perfected his KO, he became using it, and he became famous for his KO. And that was basically how he won all his matches. He would just KO again. And then he develops a reputation as a bragger, as a bully, and as a drunk. Okay, and then he attended Boston College, and then he decided that he was going to leave for boxing. He just didn't want to box, even though his mom wanted him to be a Catholic Roman priest. He still decided that this was not what he wanted to do, and then he hooks up with a guy who trains somebody named William Mudlin, and Professor Jim Kelly, and Professor Jim Kelly actually becomes his manager. Okay, it looks like Jim Kelly might have boxed, back in the day as well. I'm not sure, but the picture that I seen, like he was probably, yeah, it looked like he looked dib dab in the brain. So now John Sullivan is also known as the Great John L and the Boston Strong Boy. Okay, and he debuts in 1877, weighing 190 pounds, and he stands at 5'10", and he KOs Tom Scand off the stage on the first round. And then in 1878, he defeats an unknown older man. Let me not say old, or older man. In 1878, he knocks out Cocky Woods. In 1879, he is arrested due to a KO of an opponent because, once again, ladies and gentlemen, BK or boxing, period, is not legal. You cannot walk around busting up people aside their freaking heads. But they still kept doing it because they had things they had to do, okay? And they just simply loved the sport, like John L Sullivan. But we're going to talk about that next, okay? And then March 13th, 1879, he KO's Jack Corley. And March 14th, 1879, he KO's Johnny Cockwood. I don't know if this is the same match or if it's a rematch. Not sure. 1879, he KO's Don Dwyer. 1879, he defeats Tommy Chandler. At 1879, he defeats John A. Hogan. June 28th, 1878, he knocks out George Rook. And then he begins expedition matches in 1880, okay? So he is on fire. Ain't nobody messing with him in this ring right now. He is literally unstoppable, okay? And Paul, let me just keep on going about, so we can talk about what he was doing with his body, okay? December 24th, 1880, he defeats Professor John Dalton. In September the 21st, 1880, Sullivan versus Godfrey. But there's no outcome, okay? And this is only a rumor. I'm not sure how true it is because he stated numerous times that he would never fight no Negroes, though. He never fighted no black men. But this source says that he did get into it with Godfrey and the police got involved. March 31st, 1881, he TKO's Steve Taylor. May 16th, 1881, he KO's John Flood. July 11th, 1881, he KO's Fred Crossley. February the 7th, 1882, we know that he KO's Patty Ryan. March 10th, 1888, it's an international match against Charlie Mitchell, and it's a 39 round, but this match is a draw. This is his only draw in history, okay? And July 7th, 1882, sorry about that, but in 1882, he defeats Tug Wilson. And September 7th, 1892, he loses for the first time in his career to James J. Corbett in round 21, okay? And I have to also backtrack once again because in July 8th, 1889, he KOs Jake Kirkland in 75 rounds. And this is the last time that the bare knuckle boxing championship will be up for grabs because now this is going under the London rules. So now bare knuckling no more is existing, okay? So from August 29th, 1885 until September 7th, 1892, he was the heavyweight champion, okay? So he wasn't bullcrapping, okay? And then also backtracking once again, in 1884, there is a rematch with Mitchell, but he was out of condition, reportedly, okay? And we about to get into why he was out of condition for that match, like right now. It said that he was an awesome boxer, and he suffered only that one defeat. But liquor would come into this man's life, and it would sadly almost kill him, okay? It was to the point where in 1884, he decided to still go in the ring and still try to compete against Mitchell, knowing that he could not fight, knowing that he was pale and he was sweaty, and it was stated that he had alcohol abuse, and his health began to decline. His weight started declining. His weight went from 280 to 180, and he was laying in the bed with a temperature up to the roof. He was basically literally about to die. And then they stated that by 1888, he was the biggest drunk in America. Yeah, y'all, that's what the scoops are saying. They said that in 1888 he was the biggest alcohol in America. By in 1883, he made a statement. In one of his books that he has, because he has a lot, he made a statement that he could drink 5 to 6 glasses of ale a day and battle for and a bottle for dinner if he felt like it. I think he said if he felt like it to cover it up to make it seem like he was an alcoholic. But if you're drinking 5 to 6 glasses a day, sir, and a bottle for dinner, oh, okay. Another story says that he downed a 56-ounce gin fizzes in 1 hour, but if it was a 67-ounce, then it would take him a little bit longer, and he became a broke junkie. Basically, is what it's saying, y'all. It just is what the heck it is, all right. And I know I'm trying to be real biased because if y'all look at my other videos, you know I don't really care for this man, but I'm just gonna read what I was given to me, and that's just that right there. So his first marriage wasn't to Annie. I done got all into the video, baby. I forgot that I was doing my makeup. His first marriage to Annie Bates Bailey was May 1st, 1883. He did have a son by the name of John Jr., who was born 1884, but he passes away at the sad age of only freaking 3 years old. And how he passed away is because of, I might butcher this word, please forgive me, but how he passes away is because of this disease called Zopithera. And what it does is it's a shed thick gray matter that covers the back of your throat, and it makes it really hard for you to breathe. He's 3. My baby is 2. And when he gets sick, it's hard for my baby to breathe. Like, it's really difficult for my baby to breathe when he's sick. Like, but I believe that that's with a lot of children. A lot of children find it because you can't. We find it hard for to breathe. So a 3-year-old dealing with this on an average daily, forget about it. And the mom and him was separate in 1885, but she did not divorce him, or he did not divorce her until 1908. Give me a sec. In 1908, okay? So now it's stated that his second marriage, honey, was scandal, messy, honey. His second marriage was to a Miss Nestle Neville Roebling, February the 2nd, 1908. Sounds like right after you divorced the first wife, you went to another female. You was already creeping around, Mr. Sir. So, yeah. And then his third marriage was to his school sweetheart, and her name was Catherine Hawks. And they was married February 7th, 1910. And she passes away from cancer May 29th, 1916. John Jr. was the only child that he produced. I think that right there was just a little bit too much for him. But we're going to talk about that in a minute, all right? And now let's get into some of these rumors, y'all. Now the rumor I told y'all, he hated training, and they stated that he had another match with Godfrey in 1880, but the unknown was the outcome was unknown. And then this match gave Godfrey a great amount of notoriety. Pause. If you never fought this man, why would they state that? Okay. Now, in September 21st, 1880, Sullivan and Godfrey agreed to another fight, but the cops invade this fight before anything can happen. I feel like somebody called and said that he was about to fight, and I feel like it came from one of his people. Next. Because what a coinky dink. It's just, what a coinky dink, right? So, it stated that the account of his alcohol, he was also domestic. Yeah. And he was an outspoken racism. And it stated that the Americans could tolerate a drunk, a abuser, a racist, but they cannot tolerate a loser. Okay. And this man put a lot of pressure on him. Like in one of the books that I've read, it stated that he told himself every time that he stepped in the booth or the ring, wherever he stepped foot at, that he had to be his opponent. He had no choice but to win. Okay. So I don't know if he didn't want to look at himself as a total loser, because he's a loser. you're alcoholic, you put your hands on your wife, you're a racist. You're a loser. So I just feel like maybe he didn't want to make it look like, a bigger a loser, and he didn't want white America, to look at him no different way, because this man was loved. He still is loved. He is basically that guy. Point blank period. He's that guy. Okay. And then in 1892, he lost the belt after holding it for 10 years, and he begins to make ends meet by being on the circuit, because he also was in a circus. Okay, and then he has his last drink in 1905. Okay, which is that's a long time for drinking, from when they stated that he started, and when I first picked this stuff up, it's 1905. So a rumor is that he sparred with James Young in 1882. That's what they say now. And then Willie Kelly, some young boy. I don't know if he was kin to him. If I don't know who this child is, but it stated that he was in John's custody. John was taking care of this guy named Willie Kelly. I don't know who Willie Kelly is. I don't know where he came from. And then it stated that he died with $10. Today's money would be $180. And then he is estimated to his estate was $3,675, but it is stated that he earned over $1 million, but he just spent it. He spent it all up. And they said that he spent it pretty much all up on drinking, even though he did have a bar. So, okay, my baby woke. So if you hear him or you see him, you see me do this, you know what's up, okay? And then he has a barn. The barn that he trained from is still up as we speak, and it's in Belfort, New York. And no, sorry, I didn't get no names, but it's inside the boxing, the bare knuckle boxing Hall of Fame. Okay. And then it's a whole bunch of films that he tried to do, but they said that Gone Honey Child, he was a terrible actor. That man couldn't act. They said the people, but being that the people loved him, he sold out tickets. He sold out tickets because he just was that dang on good for, his people, or whatever the case may be. And then it stated that the films that he played in, it was a 1933 film. It was called The Bowery. And then in 1942, this is called The Gentleman Jim. These is all films based on him, okay? And then in 1945, he has another one called The Great John L. At 1958, The Gambler and the Lady, which was a television series, and it was called Death Valley Days, okay? Now, how he passed away was by a heart disease, stated. And he passed away February the 2nd, 1989, at the age of, what's the 1989? 1918, sorry. And he was 59 when he passed away. And they said that it was a massive event. Pretty much everybody was there. All the news reports, the newspaper, everybody that you, they was there because he was loved, and they freaking loved him, and his legacy still does remain. But before he passed away, I told y'all he had gave up drinking. He didn't just give up drinking; he became an advocate of drinking, and he would walk around telling kids, stating kids to stay away from alcohol, okay? Because he knew what it had did to him and his health, okay? Now let's get into this drinking stuff, because I'm about to get my opinion of this right here now. I'm gonna be unbiased, y'all. Don't trip. But I think that the drinking, I don't, like I said, I'm not sure when he began drinking, but I just have a funny freaking feeling, and I cannot shake this feeling off. I feel like he started drinking after his son passed away, and I think that his drinking and with his son passing away made his wife leave him. I'm not sure what. wife he abused. If he abused, once again, this is allegedly. Um, I'm not sure who was the abuser or abuser, but I think alcohol played a big role on why him and his first wife divorced. I think that he didn't know how to handle losing his son. That was his first son, and once again, this is his only son. He has no other kids, none. That loss right there messed John L Sullivan up. Okay, and I feel bad for no parent should have to go through that. Like, not never. I don't care if I like you, if I don't like you. Like, no parent should go through that ever. I think that damaged him, and I think it damaged the relationship, the wife and him and his relationship. I do. Now, when we talk about this racism stuff, I asked a couple of people or whatever before I even did this video, and I asked them, was he racist, or was he just scared to get that title snatched from him? A lot of people just say he probably was just scared from getting that title snatched from him, and then he didn't want to get knocked out by no N words. That's what my team told me. That's how they felt about the situation. And I feel pretty much the same way. I'm not even going to say pretty much. That's how I feel as well. I feel like I, I'm trying to find out how to say this right now. Okay. I feel that way because it took for him to get knocked out one time or to get beat one time. And he never returned back to boxing. He did a couple, and I do know that he did a couple of referee work because of what the other resources had said. I just couldn't find it in this one, and we already had covered it, so it wasn't. I felt like it was no need for me to re-say it all over again. But I feel like he did not want to get knocked out by no color person. Sorry, I'm so over here. I do. I feel like he just didn't simply want to get knocked out by a color person. I think that he thought that it would mess up what other opportunities that he got, because once again, by 1880 he was already a public drunk. It's the difference with being a drunk, an in-house drunk, and it was the difference between being an outside public drunk. So you get drunk inside the house, you free to do what you want to do. However you act is how you act. Is nobody's business. I know that when I start drinking, I start singing, I be in vibe mode. Just don't mess up my stuff. Okay, just don't do nothing. Don't say nothing that's gonna mess me up, because I will get upset. Okay, but I'm not going to start popping off and beating nobody up. Don't need that. Okay, so I don't know, but I just feel like he was scared to get beat by a black person, y'all. He was. He was scared, even though he was popping that buku lip like, "Oh, I'll take on covers. Anybody could get it." You ain't want anybody to come get it, sir. You didn't. Because if you wanted anybody to come get it, you would have pulled the a Ray Allen card. Ray Allen wanted everybody. Anybody and everybody. Jim Mace wanted anybody and everybody. No other person that we have covered stated, I'll fight anybody, but I'm not going to fight a black person. No, I'm not going to fight an N-word. I'm not going to fight a Negro. Ugh. You ain't that deep. You ain't that special. You was not that important. You ain't that. You ain't gotta be that. You are high in the ring, but yeah, you was scared that a Negro would have knocked you out. That's just that, sir. Like, you was too good to go up against a Negro. But once again, we do got them little rumors up in there, and shoot, he drunk a whole bunch. Who knows who he knew who he fought, y'all? He probably don't even remember if he fought him a Negro. He probably just seen a high yellow guy and was like, "Okay, I'll fight him." Because I'm pretty sure if the price was right, he wasn't going to give it up, because he knew how to make money. Like, the man turned his body into a boxing machine. That's why he earned over $1 million. Like, he knew what the heck he was doing. He did. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he knew how to do it for the right amount. Okay? And that's why he went on and he had asked Mr. Black Prince, Jack, Jefferson, I think his name is, if you want to box me, you got to pay me $30,000. I don't think he would have knocked out Black Prince, though. I'm sorry, no cap. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, y'all. I just don't think. Yeah, you got a lot of bouts, but yeah, you might have lost a little bit less than than my boy, but I don't think you wanted no smoke with him. That's why you refused it when he called you out, cause you just didn't want no smoke. Which you just said could easily, nicely declined. You ain't gotta get racist when you. I could whoop anybody black or whatever. Um, for him to make all that money, I think he should have had more businesses going on too. Yes, I do. $1 million or over $1 million, you should have had more stuff going on, sir. Yeah, you should have. I don't know if you could. Never had $1 million, so I don't know if you could spend $1 million. Well, how much was they looking back then? Oh, he probably was their favorite. I would have loved working in that bar. Hey, John, come sit right here. Oh no, he probably wouldn't have sat with me because he don't like. Well, I don't know if he don't like black folks like that. He just wouldn't box no black person. So he probably would have been like, I don't know. But sure, if I would have been able to, I sure enough would have. Hey, John, hey, how you doing? Shit, me. You tip me too. Yeah, tip me because I know them tippers was. I know they was getting a little piece of change from the times that he was going inside there. I know they were. But I think that's what happened and after himself. I think that's what happened himself. I think he had alcohol liver kidney or kidney failure. I think that's what happened. Because even though if you stop drinking, that doesn't stop, the progress. It slows it down. It makes it a little bit more better. But if your body is saying no, guess what? No. Like, it is what it is. I don't know. I low key feel bad for him. Because he ain't had nobody to shit. I mean, he didn't have no foundation to leave behind. Like, besides his ex wives. Like, that's the only thing that he really had was his ex wives. Like, nobody talks about family, no other family or anything like that. So it's like, damn, dude, who was down for you? Who did you have in your background? Who you had in your corner? But your wife that you 9 times out of 10 was cheating on them. You wasn't faithful to them, sir. So that's definitely not that. You definitely wasn't faithful to your wives. You had some little young honey dips or some honey dips in the cut somewhere. You wasn't. I don't believe that for one fact. Man married 3 times. You get married back to back. You just divorced. Your wife just divorced, and y'all married several weeks later. Shit, I know she was like that, mother. Or sure, she might have been happy. Hell, you never know what another person is thinking. Just because you get what they had, that don't mean that you doing better than them. Shoot, you gotta put up with the drinking and the arguing and the fights and if he was a bully, if he was a bully like they say he was a bully, that man was abusing his wives. Maybe not all of them, but somebody got that smoke in that house when he got home from the liquor from the pubs or the bars. Yeah. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I do. I think he was putting hounds on his chicas. I do. He just, the more I read about him, the more I just felt like he did. So, but anyway, y'all, that's what's going on with Mr. John L Sullivan. And this video is kind of long, but I told y'all that I was going to go back to how my videos used to be in the beginning and give y'all all the tea that I could give y'all. And I hope that y'all enjoyed this very much. I couldn't sleep. I just was up thinking about John like all freaking morning. Like, I gotta do this video. I gotta get this video. I got to. 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 So here you guys go. I hope once again. I hope you enjoy it. This came out cute. Okay. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Y'all, I'm gonna put this on for y'all, and I'm gonna take my behind, and I'm gonna in the bathroom, and I'm gonna take it right back off my lips, off my face. I ain't keeping that junk on. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere at all. But I'm see y'all real soon, and continue on going on boxing with TT on Facebook and Instagram. And if you want to get to know me, you let me know, whatever. I'll do open with you or whatever. I ain't got nothing to hide from y'all. I love y'all. Y'all my new family or whatever. Some of y'all is. Yeah. So the heck, I ain't got nothing to hide. But I love you. Have a good one. And stay tuned. Suboxone. What's he say? Peace out.